Welcome to Weekly News. I'm Marcela Tomčíková, bringing you the top stories, fresh updates and a quick look at what's happening right here in Prague and beyond. The capital city of Prague has completed one of the key elements of its flood control system, the definitive closure of the Troja navigation canal. The construction is part of the compensation measures, which are associated with the modernization of the central wastewater treatment plant on Císařský Ostrov. This all will improve the city's resilience to increased Vltava river flows.
At the end of the Troja shipping canal, one of the compensatory measures follows the modernization of the central wastewater treatment plant on Císařský Island. The project is a step in the long-term plan to improve Prague's ability to withstand floods.
Prague is making every effort to treat its environment with the utmost care and consideration. We have built a new water line in recent years to achieve this. Indeed, this facility is one of the most advanced wastewater treatment plants in Europe. But this has also placed a significant obstacle in the river's path, which could hinder during potential floods and theoretically raise the river level during such events. And we want to prevent this with compensatory measures. We want to prevent this. In case of floods, we will open the shipping canal. This will let the flood pass through, preventing an increase in Prague's water level. This is crucial for us, and we are glad it worked. I sincerely thank the flood management team and the Prague Waterworks Company for overseeing this project, as it would not have been possible without their efforts.
Construction began on December 1st, 2023, and was completed on schedule, specifically on September 30th of this year.
Naturally, I had to coordinate extensively regarding the navigability of that canal, since we needed to accurately drain the canal for a while and refill it on time to ensure the navigation season wasn't endangered. This implies that it partially prolonged the final deadline, but we had accounted for this beforehand.
During the project, the installation of a shut-off valve, functionality tests, and final testing were carried out. Navigation was interrupted during construction and resumed this May.
The final cost is 190 million. This figure encompasses the construction costs, as well as the project manager acting as the technical supervisor for the investor. Our project management services as the project's manager. This means that everything together cost 190 million. The complete estimate at the outset before we began was 200 million. So, through the competition and the reality, we more or less met those financial expectations.
The project was funded by the City of Prague, and the finished work has been transferred to the city's services, which will manage it in collaboration with the Vltava River Basin Authority. The end of the Troja navigation canal will serve to manage the flow between Troja and Podbaba during flood conditions.
As the days and nights become cold and freezing, winter road maintenance in the central Bohemian region has to be ready. Tens of thousands of tons of salt and inert grit are ready in warehouses. Also, hundreds of gritters, tractors and other vehicles will be deployed. Drivers can follow the progress of the maintenance online, and the road workers want to ensure safe and passable roads through the winter.
The central Bohemian region is prepared for the upcoming winter. It has tens of thousands of tons of salt in stock and hundreds of pieces of equipment on standby. Winter maintenance of regional roads will begin at the turn of October and November.
For this year's mitigation of winter consequences, we have approximately 40,000 tons of de-icing salt and 35,000 tons of inert material, which is sand and gravel, ready. We have over 200 such spreaders available, along with dozens of blades, tractors, plows, and similar equipment. So we are ready to handle this winter, and I believe it will be smooth.
Road maintenance in the central Bohemian region is governed by a precise operational plan that determines the order and importance of individual roads.
We start when it begins to freeze or snow. The winter period is set from November 1st to March 31st. So from then on, we are on standby. And the moment it starts snowing, we begin to operate. So you are somewhat prepared.
So the shift starts with us having either a normal day or night shift from 6. When we have the night shift, which I actually like, it's from 6 to 6. We come here, and it depends on the weather conditions. When it really gets bad, the dispatcher calls it off, and we head out. We have the brine ready. We load salt into the spreader. I think this one can hold 4 tons. And we set off on the route. For instance, I specifically have a route of 80 kilometers. But it's that you go back and forth, so it's 40 and 40.
Drivers can follow information about the progress of winter maintenance online.
What I would definitely mention is the possibility on the Regional Road Administration and Maintenance website to monitor how winter maintenance is progressing. This means where the gritter has passed and how long ago.
In last winter's season, more than 25,000 tons of gritting material were used, and the machinery traveled nearly 250,000 kilometers.
Huge changes in Prague school cafeterias, new rules, more fresh fruit, vegetables or fish, and less salt, sugar and processed food. This all is to come into effect next year. Many schools have already started the changes in advance. In addition to that, some are modernizing not only their menus, but also their approach to eating. The result? More varied lunches that are beneficial to children and also are tasty.
The new consumer basket will change the composition of meals served in school cafeterias starting next year. This year, schools can participate voluntarily. Prague 6 and 2 are already following the new rules.
We have received very positive feedback because we have been part of this process from the very beginning. As the State Health Institute initiated the change in regulations, they contacted local governments and regions. They asked for pilot participants, and we joined with Prague 6, working with the Institute from the start. She oversees the changes from the consumer basket, and we work with our schools and kindergartens.
Prague 2. They began preparing the cafeterias and training staff well in advance last year. They had the school kitchen's equipment reconstructed and modernized, and they also sent out the heads of school cafeterias. Chefs and cooks underwent training, attending a workshop with professionals to learn about the consumer basket and professional cooking methods. They learned about the relevant legislation and also got a glimpse into the world of professional chefs, acquiring some recipes so they could implement them in practice later on.
The new basket will raise legumes, fruits, and veggies, cutting down on salt, sugar, and processed items. In certain schools, the transition is occurring organically because healthy cooking has already become a norm there.
The consumer basket. There isn't really any news here, or rather the changes that have now been approved have been in place for a long time. We are very fortunate to have a head chef who has been implementing these new values for quite some time. In fact, we even exceed them. We offer 2 meal choices, one of which is vegetarian and richly fulfills the new desired standards. So, we are not actually preparing any major changes. And additionally, we opened a salad bar this year, which you can check out over there. This is where the kids really surprised us with how much they eat and how healthy their choices are here.
We cook classic dishes that children love, such as meals that are not as popular, like legumes or fish. But we must serve all meals as part of the consumer basket. But we also have a second meal option, which includes vegetarian dishes with plenty of vegetables, and it doesn't lack any ingredients, like proteins. And this meal is more varied, making it suitable for the target group of the 2nd grade. Subtitles created by Johnny X.
Additional city districts are getting ready for the new consumer basket. For instance, in Prague 18, they are already pleased that the children have quickly adapted to healthier lunches.
Issues related to waste sorting. Big topic which mayors or representatives of Central Bohemian region are solving. The biggest change and innovation lies in fact that the mixed municipal waste will no longer be taken to landfills. The waste will now have to be transported to special facilities, but the problem is that there are not enough in the region.
In the middle of the Czech region, the concerns of towns and municipalities have launched an interesting series of meetings called Waste Sorting Tour. This year, there will be a total of 4 such events, with the first taking place in Mladá Boleslav. The topics will vary, primarily addressing the specific concerns of towns and municipalities.
Naturally, our focus is on legislation, and that is certainly the case. There, we essentially provide methodological guidance for municipalities, but we want to bring practical aspects to the communities and focus on their concerns. Thus, the content of the seminars will change.
Each municipality is unique, with different conditions and residents. The region focuses mainly on how to prevent waste generation.
This means not only addressing incoming waste, but also exploring ways to create new opportunities for residents and enhance waste management. Of course, we will also prepare for how to transition to the incineration of mixed municipal waste, because that is what all the concerns are currently facing.
Practically, this means that mixed municipal waste will not be taken to landfills anymore, as there are many in central Bohemia. But waste will now have to be transported to special waste incineration facilities where it will not be so straightforward. Due to the fact that there are roughly 3 facilities in the area, Zewomelnik, Pek-N, Ratovic and Psibram. In Prague, Zewomalecic is also an option, and there are other incineration facilities in the surrounding regions. Mayors are concerned about various issues, like meeting legal limits,
which are established quite strictly, and they are seeking ways to at least get closer to these legal limits. So, of course, separating waste, sorting it, whether it's paper or clothing, is important. There remains an opportunity to encourage citizens to sort better and to explore ways to achieve this.
Therefore, mayors would welcome the accessibility of more collection points and greater promotion of waste sorting.
It's about making sorting accessible to citizens, ensuring it's as close as possible, and maintaining the collection points properly. This is a major challenge. 80% of citizens do not struggle with acting responsibly and maintaining cleanliness. But of course, that 20% always requires 80% of the effort to reach our desired state.
By year's end, presentations are planned in Benešov, Berun and Kolín. In the upcoming year, following the selection of further sites, more seminars will commence, focusing once again on relevant issues needed by local governments.
And now a project that inspires children to be active in sports. Let's focus on the Coaches in the Field project. Children from the Černý Most area try out various sports for free, and what is more, under the supervision of professional coaches. The main idea is that they can learn the exercise can be fun and be part of everyday life.
Running around cones, jumping over obstacles and using a hockey stick. After lessons, children met at General Janušek Elementary School for a training session related to the Coaches in the Field project. For the second time, children from the area have been able to try different sports for free, led by professional coaches. This project aims to bring physical activity to neighborhoods and illustrate that sports can seamlessly fit into daily routines.
The point is that not every child has the opportunity to regularly participate in clubs or activities. Thus, the aim is to come into densely populated neighborhoods, where a lot of children reside, and provide them with free training options with our professional sport kids coaches, letting them experience 10 different sports, so they can discover what they enjoy and find meaningful and active ways to spend their free time.
Every training session begins with a warm-up and stretching, followed by one main sport such as athletics or floorball. Anyone can join at any time.
One training session lasts an hour and a half, and the coaches are prepared with all the necessary equipment. Children can participate the entire time or join in during the session. This training is set up so that you only need to come. Nothing else is necessary. The child doesn't need any gear, nothing. They just arrive. The thing I find most fun here is the slalom and getting it into the goal. You like it as well.
This time we played mostly with floorball sticks, but the kids also played ball games. Trainers from the Sport Kids organization run similar training programs in various towns throughout the Republic.
At first, they are a bit shy. I would say they don't know what to expect, but we really integrate them quickly into the training. And that's great. It's wonderful that here we have kids who are 3 or 4 years old alongside those who are 14, which is just fantastic. They work as a team, and that's another aspect of this project.
Every training is tailored to a different sport, allowing children to discover one that suits them. If successful, the organization tries to place the child in a specific sports club or activity.
When we find out that someone would like to participate somewhere but has financial issues, we try to negotiate with the clubs about that, to provide them with a beneficial starter package or find ways to assist the child, ensuring it doesn't become a hindrance.
According to the organization, for children to train with coaches for free, someone must fund the project, similar to what the Prague 14 City Hall does. The goal is to get children moving, as they often focus more on technology than on sports, and the local school welcomes such activities.
We know that the current situation is such that children are not physically active at all. We certainly have many clubs, sports clubs, but not all parents can afford these clubs financially. In this project, coaches are practically available for free, and they can clarify the rules to the kids to teach them some fundamental skills.
Training happens every Monday at General Januszek School and every Wednesday at Vybiralova School. This project will continue until the end of November and is available to all kids from 6 to 15 years old.
Thanks for being with us. I'm Marcela Tomčíková. Take care, stay tuned, and see you in the next Weekly News.